What if the ink on your skin could whisper secrets about your soul? One profound insight from Carl Jung flipped my perspective on tattoos, and by the end of this, it might do the same for you. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the hidden language of tattoos, a journey that's not about art, but about the unspoken stories etched beneath. Jung once said, "What we resist in ourselves persists, controlling our lives in ways we barely notice." Tattoos, often seen as bold expressions of individuality, might be something more. Coded messages from the unconscious, worn like badges on the skin. This isn't about trends, rebellion, or aesthetics. It's about the raw, untamed layers of the human psyche. Look closely at the stories of those covered in ink, vibrant, confident, unapologetic, and you'll spot a subtle thread weaving through them. Pain. Many aren't just showcasing creativity. They're tracing the outlines of wounds they may not even recognize. This realization didn't hit me all at once. It came from questions I couldn't shake. Why do tattoos often appear during life's chaos? Why do the images, phoenixes, daggers, wilted roses, seem tied to loss, struggle, or fractured identities? Why do the boldest designs often mirror the mind's deepest shadows? The more I explored, the clearer it became. Tattoos aren't always about decoration. They're about the unconscious screaming to be heard. Jung called it the shadow, that hidden part of us we bury, ignore, or fear. But the shadow doesn't stay silent. It finds a voice, often in symbols. And what's a tattoo if not a symbol you carry forever? Think about it. People ink their backs, a canvas they'll never fully see. Why mark a place you can't easily view? Maybe it's not for them. Maybe it's a signal to the world, or a plea to reclaim something lost, a fragment of control in a life that once felt like chaos. Jung warned that we often confuse crafting an identity with true healing. That's the trap. Some don't get tattoos because they've mended their wounds. They get them because the wounds still ache. The ink becomes a shield, a way to say, "See my strength," while whispering, "Don't look too deep." We're living in an era not of pure expression, but of transformation, where pain is turned into art, where unhealed scars are dressed up as power, and where the soul's quiet cries are painted outward instead of resolved within. The symbols people choose aren't random. Dragons, anchors, shattered mirrors, lone wolves. They're primal, archetypal. Jung believed the unconscious speaks in myths and metaphors. When someone etches a fading star on their arm, I don't just see ink. I see a story of a moment they felt dimmed, a light they're still chasing. These designs are echoes of battles fought in silence. Jung also spoke of the persona, the mask we wear to fit society's mold, polished, compliant, acceptable. So what happens when someone steps out covered in bold, jagged ink? They're tearing off that mask, rejecting the world's script. But here's the catch. Swapping one mask for another doesn't always mean freedom. It might just be a new costume. Jung cautioned against this, building an identity in opposition to something else, rather than discovering who you truly are. People often call tattooing addictive. They say, "It grounds me," or "It makes me feel alive." Alive how? The answer often points to pain, betrayal, heartbreak, abandonment, shame. The needle becomes a ritual, a way to reclaim a body that once felt violated or powerless. But does it resolve the hurt? Or does it lock it deeper, with each new layer of ink burying the wound further? Science backs this up. Studies show those with intense emotional struggles, trauma, instability, or inner conflict are far more likely to seek out tattoos, piercings, or other body modifications. The real question isn't why they do it. It's what void the ink is trying to fill. Don't get me wrong. Tattoos can be stunning, a testament to resilience, a celebration of a journey overcome. But the line between honoring growth and hiding pain is fragile, and most don't realize when they've crossed it. The unconscious is cunning. It speaks in whispers, through dreams, impulses, and symbols. Ignore it, and it roars. There's a layer to this that's rarely discussed, and it might change how you see tattoos forever. Ask someone with a sleeve of ink, why that design? They'll pause, offer a reason. Maybe it's cool or it means freedom. But listen closely, and you'll hear the hesitation, the untold story. The tattoo isn't just about what it displays, it's about what it conceals. Jung believed we rarely understand the true motives behind our actions. What feels like a choice is often a compulsion wearing a disguise. For those who've faced emotional upheaval, rejection, loss, or chaos, tattoos become more than art. They're survival. But there's a deeper process Jung called individuation, the lifelong quest to become whole. Most never begin it, too caught up in masks and reactions, mistaking defiance for truth. Tattoos can feed that illusion, acting as quick fixes for identity. But individuation isn't about adding symbols. It's about facing them. It's not declaring, I'm a survivor, but asking, what broke me? Without that question, ink becomes a disguise, gorgeous but heavy. Symbols carry weight, and when you etch them into your skin without healing their source, they don't lift you, they tether you. Some use tattoos to voice what they can't say aloud. Unspoken pain becomes a visible emblem. But the more ink they add, the louder the silence beneath grows. It's a paradox Jung knew well. The bolder the display, the more you must question what's being hidden. This isn't about judging tattoos or those who wear them. It's about understanding why so many turn to ink during life's turning points. Divorces, losses, betrayals, reinventions. The spikes in tattoo decisions are emotional, often impulsive. Jung would say that's the unconscious steering the ship. If you don't pause to ask, what's driving this? You risk playing a role in your own life instead of writing it. There's a haunting beauty in how people call their tattoos a diary, a roadmap, a gallery of their lives. But what's unspoken is that these diaries are often penned in turmoil. When the storm clears, the ink remains, a snapshot of where they were, not where they're headed. So, are you crafting your future, or are you enshrining your past? What do you think? Do tattoos tell stories of healing, or do they hide deeper wounds? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and give this video a like if it made you see ink in a new light. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll unravel the final layer of this mystery, one that might make you rethink everything.